Forward. The National Football League is the most popular sports league in America. Every Sunday in the fall, millions of people attend a game or watch one on television. The big hits, scintillating runs, precision throws, and acrobatic catches furnish the awe, while an 80-yard last-minute scoring drive provides the simulated real-life drama that inspires even the unathletic to believe anything is possible. The league is so successful that it does not need personalities to prime its popularity. Unlike the NBA, the NHL, or MLB, the NFL is an association of teams whose employees, by necessity, must employ a face mask while they perform their duties, making facial recognition difficult at best. Men of Sunday removes the mask from some of the most prominent gridiron greats to give the reader a window into their spiritual journey. Off the field, both coach and player are the everyman. He has health concerns and family issues. His duty to his profession stretches his relationships. To be sure, he generally has significantly more financial means to address his concerns, but material resources can't fix every problem. Men of Sunday does a masterful job of providing very personal cameos, unveiling the superhuman performer's humanity. It is a rarity for any high-level athlete to show vulnerability. Even rarer is for said athlete to reveal proof of normalcy to an unacquainted author who could leverage his weakness into tabloid-like fodder. Amazing is the only word to describe the trust these men have given author Curtis Eichelberger. Equally as stunning is the sensitivity with which he writes each story. Coaches, players, and wives are surprisingly honest as they recount both victories and defeats that cannot be tabulated on a scoreboard. Eichelberger records lessons on how to maintain a trust-filled marriage when a road warrior husband is the target of many gold-digging women. He also details how God has journeyed with families through the valley of devastating financial difficulty. He leaves very few stones unturned, lifting even those that uncover the pain of loss unbearable by the unspiritual. Curtis wonderfully allows their story to unfold within its original context and without embellishment. In so doing, the reader is introduced not only to the storyteller, but to the story maker. Each person's intentional application of biblical truth reveals a spiritual foundation whose cornerstone is Christ. Every page of Men of Sunday has great value. In it, there is help for the common man who is searching for meaning in the mess he has made of his life. There is gained perspective for the NFL employee who does not see the relevancy of God to his occupation. Lastly, there is benefit for the significant others, who are both blessed and bothered by the profession their loved one has chosen. Men of Sunday gives a real and inspiring view of how players and their families weave Jesus Christ through the rest of their week. All would do well to take notes. Brett Fuller, Washington Redskins pastor. Introduction. In the fall of 2006, I was preparing to write about Joe Gibbs' second stint as head coach of the Washington Redskins when I came across something surprising. Gibbs was producing a Christian video blog each week from his office at Redskins Park. The three-time Super Bowl champion and member of the Pro Football Hall of Fame would sit in front of a camera and discuss the problems he faced coaching the team in postings given titles such as Power in Our Weakness and Life is a Team Sport. He'd incorporate a Bible lesson in the blog that would help clarify his personal crisis in a way the viewer could relate to. I was so enthralled that I convinced my editors at Bloomberg News to let me pursue a story about the role faith played in America's most popular sport. I had covered the NFL for more than a decade, and while I'd interviewed Christian superstars like Green Bay Packers defensive lineman Reggie White and St. Louis Rams quarterback Kurt Warner many times, I was still taken aback by how integrated Christianity had become in the world of professional football. Think about it. An NFL coach was making a Christian video diary from his office. A generation earlier, he'd have been run out of town on rails. Back in the day, NFL teams referred to these men as Bible bangers, as you'll learn from Philadelphia Eagles coach Andy Reid in Men of Sunday, and considered them weak and soft. But this was Joe Gibbs, one of the greatest coaches in league history, and no one was about to question his toughness. The more I thought about it, the more I realized it wasn't just Gibbs' blog or the way more athletes seem to be caught on camera pointing to the sky after a touchdown pass, or how many are increasingly taking a moment to thank God before beginning a press conference. There was a systematic shift that had gradually taken place over the past decade that reached far beyond a handful of individuals. NFL owners had brought in chaplains to deal with everything from teaching the Bible to helping players and their families cope with drug and alcohol abuse, infidelity, domestic violence, personal finances, and parenting. NFL players aren't any different from the rest of us, but their problems are magnified 1,000-fold. While most married men will be tempted by the seductive lure of a woman outside their family, few will have beautiful 20-somethings trying to climb through their bedroom windows, as New York Giants defensive end Justin Tuck explains in Chapter 5, Temptation. And while everyone, man or woman, has work-related stress, none of us will ever have 80,000 people looking over our shoulders to judge the worthiness of our spreadsheets, debate whether we're worth our salary, or question our intelligence on morning talk radio. The primary tenets of Christianity, discipline, self-sacrifice, courage, and love for one another, aren't just elements of a righteous life. They are the building blocks of good teams and winning franchises, as coaches like Marvin Lewis, Chan Gailey, Tony Dungy, and Brad Childress will attest in the opening chapter.